Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Monday, April 7th, 2025, and I'm here to do another collective read for you. Just finished one. Hopefully you're going to have a beautiful day. I'm getting an early start today because I got a lot of running around to do. I'm not looking forward to it. I am and I'm not. Hopefully I can keep my energy up. And when I come back, maybe I'll do some more reads. I don't know. We'll see. Can't make any promises. I got to listen to my body, right? But I sure hope you're going to have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. I am truly grateful to each and every one of you. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about right now. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message for the collective? Thank you. That came out. Laughter, joyful, happiness, joy, and healing. Overarching energy. Congratulations. Good start. Bottom of the deck, burning bridges. This is the underlying energy. Lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. You're happy, or they were laughing at you maybe, whoever this is. You burnt bridges, or somebody burnt bridges with you, and I think you found your happiness. I think you're just relieved they're gone. Maybe going towards a vacay. Congratulations. It could be a staycation. Who knows? Get away, relax, have fun. So you're relaxing, having fun. You maybe not going away. Not everybody can afford it, but you're doing well. And if you are getting away, good. Have some fun. Okay. Somebody's very envious here, resentful, competitive, and discontent. You block them. And keep them blocked. Moved on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. You're recharging your batteries. Congratulations. Breathe. Let go. Clear your mind. They feel shattered. Broken nightmares and failures. They're facing legalities here. Lawyers, court, or paperwork. And or you could be somebody that works in the legal profession. Somebody's wishful thinking here. Second chance. Deja vu. Nostalgia. It's wishful thinking. Somebody blew their chances with you. It could be relationship, friends, and or family. Only take what applies, okay? It could be business as well. Laughter, happiness, joy, healing. Whoa, that flew right out. So this is tired of the drama. So you're moving on. Tired of being at the butt of their jokes. Yeah, they don't want to hear it. It's just too bad. They burnt their bridges. Something to do with a pregnancy test. Unsure pregnancy scare, positive or negative. Now you could have had this pregnancy. I can't even speak. Pregnancy scare, or somebody else did. Maybe you're just thankful that you're not pregnant. You can move on now. Somebody's very toxic. Maybe they try to get you pregnant. They're trying to get pregnant by you. Setting the record straight. Anger management. Somebody needs it. Okay, you're surrounded by fake friends. You are someone else. Maybe they got a fake friend pregnant. Damn. Destroyed, shattered, broken. They effed up and they know it. Check yourself. Yeah, they wrecked themselves, okay? Outdated, expired, disused, old news, and discarded. They could be an arc. Yeah, you're dealing with a copycat. So somebody was copying you. They do anything to hold on to your ex and or your current. It's a hater. They're going towards bankruptcy. It caused a lot of drama, action. They're going through some sort of depression. They're in their feels. That's a condom, by the way. You're too emotionally intelligent to fall for their fake apology. Something to do with the recording, announcement, expression, and revealing. So this might have something to do with the first read. Chances are it does typically happen that way. You're just happy to be gone. They brought a lot of drama into your life, or tried to. They blamed you for a whole bunch of shit. They said a lot of nasty things about you that were unfounded, unfair. When people treat you like that, it's, yeah, keep them in the rear view mirror. Laughter, tired of the drama. They're going through something bad here. So intimacy, passion, coming into union, chemistry, and missing you. Missing you, why? Let's see. Toxic people. Addictions, bad advice, and wrong crowd. That's not your fault. They chose what they chose, right? Cold shoulder. Breakup, distance and separation, spiritual attacks. So they were doing spiritual attacks, or they claimed you were. Karma, divine intervention, facing their demons. Now, they could have, their third party or their one they wound up with could have been doing magic on them, saying you were doing magic on them. Okay? Somebody could have tried to do unalive spells on you to take you out because you're the competition, maybe. Maybe there's life insurance involved or something bigger than that. Somebody's going through some sort of legalities. That was the last read. So maybe your ex walked in on this person, saw online or on their computer. They were hiring people to do unalive spells on you or on them for money or something. Love spells, lust spells. There's a love affair. They made you an option, maybe secrecy, third party hooking up an STD. That was the last read too. So they wound up an STD and somebody wanted to blame you. Desire, self-pleasure, sexual thoughts, intense feelings. Somebody's very envious, hateful, spiteful, and jealous. They're unemployed. Yeah, that was last week too. Broke, fired, living beyond their means, hitting rock bottom. There we go. Karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. Okay, secretive, sneaky, mysterious, hiding information, and they're thinking about you. Cry, nostalgia, missing you because they got caught up with whomever they were with, a very childish person that they were dating. So he was dating around. And the last read for one person or maybe two, somebody got angry. They had addictions. Maybe someone's no longer here because of this anger, and they're facing time in jail. Okay, it's sad. But that's for some people, right? Or they wanted to take you out and wanted to get rid of the competition, and at the same time, there's some sort of fraud going on. Maybe thinking maybe I'd get a life insurance claim on them and, you know, kill many birds with one stone. I'll get rid of the competition and make money off of them anyways, right? And claim that, oh, they got the STD from the ex and not me. Whatever this is, okay? Just place it where it belongs. So we have laughter, tired of the drama, intimacy. Photograph, photo, memory, souvenir, and card. Something to do with a card. Maybe they stole your ID and or some sort of, they got a credit card in your name. They're trying to be you. Maybe they got caught with a photo, maybe an altar with your photo on it. I don't know. You're very independent. Maybe they're looking at your photos and crying over you. I don't know. Free, lead, and initiative. You left. You were free to go. Synchronization here. Okay, resonance, music, emotion. They're in their emotions. Maybe they're trying to, I don't know. They're working here. You're working, labor, earning money and livelihood. You're very talented. They want to come back in. Yeah, I forgot about that in the last read. So somebody could be out in the public eye, and they're a clout chaser, right? Born with features and personality. You're very talented, and they're in their basement of life, I guess. I don't know, storage, imprisonment, and dance. So they could be imprisoned. Not a nice place either. They want to reconcile with you. Repair, cure, understanding, and concession. So I don't know if it's them that's in jail and or the partner they wound up with. I don't know. They're in trouble, though. Wisdom, prudence, foresight, transcendence, and perception. You're too wise for them. It's all about finances. Money problems, work, success, and fortune. They're snakes still, and yet again, lie, poison, fertility. They're being tormented here. Anxiety, bondage, depression, and trouble. So let it go. They're tormented because they let you go. Surrender, open up, give up, and release. It's radical acceptance. You let them go. You know exactly who they are. They're not going to change. Yeah. Immortality. You're the phoenix rising. Resurrection, sublimation, piety, and infinity. They might be trying to set up some sort of freak encounter, you know. Make it look like it wasn't planned, but it is. Meet by chance, love at first sight, and a crush. Roll the dice, take a chance, risk, leap of faith. They're a clown. And they're trying to clown you. They're for the streets. Okay, they have addictions. Stand firm in your convictions. Okay, something to do with data, backup, and digitals. You're being guarded. Okay, you're being protected. This person doesn't mean you well, and or this person's person doesn't mean you well. I don't know where you fit in this or how this works. Everybody's story is a bit different, so just take what applies. Don't try to make it fit if it does not. It's not worth it, okay? So we have laughter, tired of the drama, intimacy, and photograph. They're kicking themselves in the ass, that's for sure. And they followed somebody out into the cold, didn't want to do their own thinking. Numb themselves potentially. In the last read, it could be a vet. Doesn't have to be, or you are. They need to heal. They need help. And it's up to them to get their help. Okay, it's not up to you to hold their hand. It's not up to you to be their guide and tell them what to do 24/7. They are an adult. After the age of 18, yeah, we go through whatever we go through. Everybody does, okay? We have childhood wounding that we need to address, and it's up to us to get that done. We can't blame other people any longer. My parents did this, and I went through this. Okay, I get it. It's painful, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to go beyond that and heal, and you want to be happy and have a productive life, you need to take that responsibility for your own life and get the help you need, right? And stop blaming and pointing fingers, because things aren't going to change if you do that. You have to take responsibility for your own life. I'm not saying that you brought this on. I'm just saying for your healing, right? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Somebody wants a new beginning. This could have something to do with a child. This could be divination as well. If you have to pay alimony, divorce, separation, or child support, you're getting some good financial news. This could have been something that was done against you. They broke the law. Could be a warlock. They paid a warlock to do something against you. I don't know. What's the message? Laughter, tired of the drama, intimacy, and photographs. Thank you, Spirit. Chariot, moving forward. Leaving them behind, overcoming. Taking responsibility. Taking control, taking the reins, right? It could be moving or traveling. This could be the police coming through as well. First responders. Overarching energy. Truth is out. They can't hide something. No longer emotional, maybe. Can't hide. This is no more illusions here. Moon in reverse. Blocked. Their intuition's blocked. They're trying to block your intuition. Didn't use their intuition. There's no contingency plan. It could be a sudden departure or a sudden arrival. Like I said, they want to pop up on you somehow, make it look like it was an accident. Because they don't know what to do. They wanted you waiting for them. Queen of Swords. Somebody's angry. Maybe you're ice cold on them. Male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. Somebody's angry. Very jealous. Vindictive, vile, spiteful, and bitter. It's a liar. You're dealing with a liar. Male or female. A bitch. They act like a bitch. Juggling. Making a head of a heart decision. Weighing options. Playing games here. You're very balanced in alignment. Try to keep things afloat. Gotta let them go. Whoever this is didn't care. Okay? They're not renting space in your head. They can't restrict you any longer. There's no more restrictions. Letting it go. Removing all obstacles. Freeing yourself from this person that likes to juggle you. Likes to play games. Now, they're trying to free themselves from this other person they're with so they can come in and ask you to be friends or for love and or support. They're with Sun. I think your player X wound up with a player as well. Could be, if it's the same read as the last one, it's a narcissist. You know, there's different variations of narcissism. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, but they wound up with a pretty bad one themselves. That like to play games just as much as they did, from what I see, and had addictions and STDs, and they like to blame people. You seem unbothered. Yeah, they wound up with something. There's a gold digger and a cloud chaser. They could have let you go in the past because they were juggling you with somebody else and left you in dire straits financially. Left you very unstable. This could be an ex-wife. It doesn't have to be. It could be a male in this energy. But this is somebody who's very jealous, materialistic, greedy, selfish, lazy, codependent, clingy, very manipulative, very jealous. That's the number one thing I get with this card. They want to wear the nice labels, but don't want to work for it, right? They go where the money is. Yeah, the secrets are coming out. They were doing magic on you or getting it done on you. They're talking mad shit about you. The secrets are coming out. The Sunwise Council didn't use their intuition here. Yeah, you blocked them. You overcame, persevered. You blocked them, or they did. They're paranoid here. They're not happy. They were doing stuff in the dark. No truth or clarity. They could be sick as well. So Nine of Wands in the upright. Somebody's very defensive here. You could be. Definitely. Could be a warlock. This could be a divorce or separation, or they broke the law here. They're involved in corruption. If you have a platform of any kind, it's not for everybody. They're trying to block you, get you off your platform because they're jealous of you, because you're telling the truth about what happened here. And it's unrequited love, that's for sure. Somebody lost their children, or they did something to children or with children. A lot of trauma bonding here, giving out false information about you, misleading information. You're not going back to the past. They could have lost children, you know, in a custody case or something, or did something illegally towards children. I don't know. Truth and clarity. It's a breakthrough. They want to talk to you now. Yeah. They stole a home. This could be mortgage fraud. This is non-committal. They're losing their home, their stability, their business. The party's over. Somebody was corrupt, okay? Male or female, King of Cups, King of Pentacles in reverse, sorry. A bully. They're greedy and selfish and materialistic. So both of them are the same. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is your ex that went over there, okay? This is what they wound up with. This is what they wanted. Oh dear. Some sort of fraud was committed. They wanted to take you out. They wanted you to be homeless. Yeah, any third-party situation, collaboration, or it's a false contract, okay? It could be a false mortgage, rental agreement, and breach here. They can't get any help. They didn't help you. Yeah, you walked away. You're not helping them. Emotionally unavailable. Bye. You went in search of your 9th and 10th cup, 8 of Cups, right? You're done. Now they're facing the unknown. They never contributed. They never helped. So you walked away. Or they're forced to walk away from, yeah, 10 of Wands. You put up some boundaries here. Somebody's got a point to prove with you. They got a lot of burdens on their back. They're going to be held liable or responsible for whatever this is. A child, maybe. Maybe somebody walked away because they have addictions. Oh, dear. Gathering some information. Somebody's unstable. Greedy, selfish, unstable, I heard. Sick. They went to extremes in inappropriate behavior. There will be no reconciling here. You could be doing divination. Or this is a child. You made the right choice here. You took the time to learn something. This is about learning lessons after all. Somebody has addictions. They're obsessed. No peace or harmony. There will be no reconciling. They can't. There's no conflict resolution here. Something's really upside down here. Unfair. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're grieving and regretting. Feeling rejected maybe. Or they rejected you because they have addictions. They're missing you possibly. They're bored and dissatisfied with life. They wanted the fast parties, the fast people, the fast life instead of the gift that was you. You're ignoring them. They made false allegations or accusations about you. There could have been a physical attack or spiritual attack. They made up allegations or accusations about you that were unfounded. They didn't protect or defend you. You're not fighting or competing for them. They're feeling overwhelmed and defeated. They have no protection. They have no defense. It's over. They can't block you, block your way. Maybe they were trying to block you in the past. King of Swords. This is law and order. It could be Archangel Michael as well. Law and order, male or female. Somebody spoke the truth because the sword's up in the air. It's already done. Somebody very learned. Somebody with authority stepping in, speaking the truth. Didn't we see the Queen of Swords earlier? Yeah, she's in reverse though. Somebody with a higher perspective, you or someone else. The mountain's behind this person, so the hardship's over with. Yeah, so it's a fall from grace. Somebody could be getting terminated, losing their job. A lot of partying. This is not wish fulfillment. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. Somebody's very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it on the show off. Somebody needs to tell you the truth, or maybe they need some sort of addiction counseling or something. Somebody got curious. They're spying on you. They want to communicate somehow, some way. The truth is known. It just hasn't been spoken here. You could be speaking your truth, or somebody else is. They could be a doctor. They could be sick. Page of Cups lost a child. It's an investigation, surveillance. There was a crime against a child. Somebody's having an emotional outburst. They're feeling rejected or abandoned, and or they're having an emotional outburst. Somebody's not sorry for what they've done. They committed crimes here. This was abuse. They endangered others. They were very reckless. Hot-tempered with a family. This could be a family or a group. It's a 10, so something's over. It could be a family member. It doesn't have to be a past person. Somebody gets very, very angry or easily, maybe. Or a child was being abused online. Oh. Online. And somebody knew about it and they didn't take any action. It could go different ways here. Which this is somebody's on their own. Somebody's single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. Maybe somebody wanted to get somebody alone here. I don't know. Could be a business owner. You're very stable, minding your own business. Yeah, it's a lot of gaslighting. They were trying to burn you at the stake on their lies. Okay, so they made a lot of lies about you. Somebody's not sorry for what they've done. They're very immature, insincere, and very childish. They wanted you to compete, right? It's all jealousy, competition, and drama. They thrive on drama. This is a past person that wanted to stay single, but they wanted all kinds of competition, right? And they kind of sent a hate train against you. All these people wanting to burn you at the stake because they said you were a witch, a warlock, you were doing magic, you did this, that, and the other thing with children, you're a drunk, you're a streetwalker, whatever. You're infecting the world with your STDs, whatever this is. There's a bunch of people involved. Yeah, they wanted to devalue you and disempower you. This is, okay, this is the last read. This is somebody they wound up with, a doppelganger. Maybe the doppelganger is getting burnt at the stake for now that they found out what they were doing. They want a power of attorney over you or power and control over you. This is somebody who's very toxic and karmic, greedy, selfish, jealous, possessive, controlling, and smothering, stealing a large amount of money. It could be life insurance. Maybe it's somebody that's been doing this for a long time, not just to you. It could be family discord. They're in debt. They're losing their long-term stability or long-term relations. If this is an inheritance, this money was left to you by your loved ones, an ancestor, and maybe the ancestors are pissed. You're going to have to let this go. You hurt their pride or the ego. They try to disgrace you for some reason. They're disgraced. Yep, this is a player energy. They did something too quickly. Impulsive reactions. They're acting like the victim now. They didn't think this through. Trying to block your work, or their work has been blocked. They're in denial. There's a lot of mental conflict here. They didn't want to change. They're resisting change. There's a permanent, profound ending here. Okay, they were holding back from you for sure. It's a poser or a player. Somebody's very combative and argumentative. Okay, maybe it's a near ending of a person. It could have been something physical that was taking place here. Hothead, right? Or there's somebody tried to impersonate you in this fraud or forgery. They think their shit don't stink. They feel entitled. Yes, karma. It's coming back on them. They wanted you to go back into another karmic cycle with them, or they're trying to cause delays or setbacks in your world, but it only reversed onto them. If it's magic, it's come back with them. It is fated. This is ordained. This is, again, karma. Somebody got injured or sick. This is 10 of Swords. They were planning on injuring you. They wanted you to come back into another karmic cycle so they could take you out, overpower you. Somebody's in their ego and in their pride. They wanted control over you. They're in their lust. And this is going towards financial ruin, spiritual jail. They want to come back in from out of the cold here. They're scared. They're injured. They're sick. It's a scandal. They don't want to heal. There's an investigation. Somebody's on their own. Now the family's in reverse. They scapegoated you, right? This is not a happily ever after. A family or a group is going down. Something's going to happen publicly, possibly. They could have said something on public record, or you're out in the public eye. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. Somebody's straddling the fence here. Yeah. So parting of ways. There's lack of trust. Karmic soul tie. You're not going into it. They're running out of options. They don't have a choice here. Okay, all that glitters is not gold. This was an injustice. Whatever this is. They got to balance something out. Somebody was paid or paying others to do something against you or say things about you. Yeah, the world is upside down. They don't want it to end. This is unfinished business. This is a humongous clapback. They kept doing something over and over again. If you're online, they wanted you offline, trying to get you, yeah, your work. You've mastered yourself, something to do with work. It's a humongous clapback here. They want to come back in to work you some more. Yeah. They can't escape. They can't move on. This is, somebody's in trouble. 6 of Swords in reverse. They don't want to transition, maybe. It's a Tower. So something's going to happen very, very quickly. That's what the Tower is, right? You don't see it coming. It's just the universe going, nope, not today, Satan. Somebody bossed up, took back their power. It could be you or someone else. It could be a father, a boss, and or a leader. Somebody with authority. don't know. It doesn't look like it's good for whoever this is. Seeing through the illusions, breaking free. So you got away from whatever this is, and or people are now trying to get away, steer away from whatever this is, or whomever. You're not toxic. You're not karmic. Okay. You detached. You saw you. They can't bind you. Maybe something to do with a false contract, which is not a binding contract. You peep their game. Yeah, they're going to be arrested. Doom. Illumination. Letting go and letting God. There's parting ways. They're grieving and regretting, crying over spilt milk. Okay, it's a third party or their friends or a group, coven, cult, secret society. They want to reconcile with you now, right? They wanted the fast people and the fast things. Oh, well. They made their choice, yeah. They were talking mad shit about you. There's a lot of abuse, emotional, mental, verbal, and psychological. This is a blessing in disguise for you. You parted ways. You healed your heart. You were the blessing. They showed you no love. They have no self-love. They didn't want you having love. They just wanted to drain you. They're not happy. No new beginnings for them. It's no blessing for them. Oh, well. It's a blessing for you, though. They try to really hurt you. Because they're hurt. It's not an excuse. Yeah, 3-3. If this rings a bell, they spread egregious gossip. Now everybody wants to part ways with this person. There will be no reconciling. You're giving and receiving with others, prioritizing others. They have to balance something out with you. They got paid or getting paid. Yeah. They want to balance things out with you. They have to. You're going towards somebody maybe that's equally yoked to you, or they're going to come back, try to come back to convince you they're now healed, they're equally yoked. This is still an opportunist, okay? Yeah, they're going to get caught. They got caught and they have to come clean about some sort of money, an opportunist or opportunity. They've been stopped. They can't go any further. The car's getting repoed. Got into a car accident. They can't overcome. They're in their emotions. They were drinking and driving, maybe. Yeah, bad news. It's a backfire. Something stops suddenly. They're trying to block you from moving forward. Bad investment. They didn't invest in you. You're not investing in them. End of the road. You can't go any further. They ran out of money or misappropriation of funds. They have to relocate and they have to take accountability. This has been going on for a long time. They paid other people to say, to give you an STD if this is your family and an inheritance, and or they paid others to say that you gave them an STD, thinking you're a fool. They're a fool. Now they're worried. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. You're not sick. You're not worried. You took a leap of faith. They're nothing but a pig, okay? You see that boar there? Yeah, you were working hard. Somebody was working them. You mastered yourself. This is working. Yeah, magic. Illusions, deception, trickery, two-faced. This is truth or being exposed. This is illumination. Male or female, you remained emotionally balanced, stable and mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Typically, the Queen of Cups, male or female, has the biggest cup of love to offer, to give. Okay, you use your intuition. You're highly intuitive. You're not going to mess about here. They think that your kindness is weakness. It takes a great deal of strength to be kind to unkind people like that. Okay, you're remaining emotionally balanced. This is the truth. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You're healthy. They chose a karmic over you. They made some poor decisions. They're reaping the consequences, okay? There's no peace or harmony in their world. It's just too bad. Or it's a false contract. It's all one-sided. Their way or the highway. They're in their emotions. They fell in love with a Queen of Wands, or they're doing love spells on you, or they claimed you were a whore. I'll love you anyways if you're a whore. Distorted masculine. It's the same read as before. They wanted power and control over you. They're in their ego and in their pride, bending to public pressure. It's all about how their circle sees them. It's their image. A bully, a tyrant, coming to give you a cup of love. Now they want to be friends with you because you're a star. Your wish fulfillment. They want your protection. They want your healing. Don't talk to them. You haven't spoken to them for a long time. This is bad news. They lied. They threw rocks and hid hands. Could have been something to do with the loss of a child as well. They're very entitled. A sense of entitlement here. Drama starters. They're bored. They need outside validation. Okay? They're not creative. They're not inspiring. They lost a child, or the child's not theirs. They're a father. They're holding back, greedy, selfish. They don't want to let go of you. You're stable and secure. Or they're going to try to give off the impression that they're a father. That's bullshit. They're lying. That they're stable and secure. They're lying. Yeah. They just want back in. They could be at a distance here. You're moving forward. You're not looking back. They're preparing to do something towards you because you're stable and secure. They want to come towards you. You're expanding your horizons, okay? They were plotting and planning this with somebody else. Now, I just heard for maybe a couple of you, they went somewhere else. They had multiple partners. They could have told a person that you were seeing or that you were kind of sweet on, or they were sweet on you, that you did this, that, and the other thing to break you guys up. Maybe they developed a friendship, your ex and this ex, both of them. And now the one found out that the one was lying to them all the time, that you were nothing of the sort, and they blew their chances. They both did. They were trying to cock block you, but there's more involved. I'm sorry, it's all over the place. So laughter, laugh, happiness, joy, and healing. Now they want to laugh it off like it was just one big misunderstanding. Nah, burn bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back on. So they laughed at you. They wished the worst for you based off of somebody else's say-so. Tired of the drama. You're not going there. They don't want to hear it. They were wrong all along. Okay? They're toxic. They don't want to hear it. Them and their friends. Addictions, bad advice, and wrong crowd. Intimacy, passion, coming into union, chemistry, missing you. Well, that's just too bad. They blew it. I'm picking up. There is an ex involved in here that cheated on you, STDs, magic, all kinds of shit. But there's also somebody else that maybe you hadn't had any intimate relations with yet. And they listen to this ex. I don't know why. Maybe there's magic involved. Maybe there's definite addictions involved and egos. Anyways, you're independent. You go your own way. You're free. Lead initiatives. You're free to go where you want to go. Do what you want to do in life. All they have is maybe a photograph, memories, souvenir and cards about you. Maybe somebody found out they want intimacy with you and they're using your magic to do your picture to do baneful magic on you. They got caught, or maybe they're both doing it, or a lot of people are doing it because they want back into your energy. They want money from you. They want your help. They want you to heal them. I don't know. I know. It seems weird, but it's just, I'm sorry. It's all over the place. How are we ending this, please, angels? Where do you want to go with this read? It was more concise, the first read. Judgment. They're under divine judgment. Somebody's made a decision here. Emma Mia, 52. You're moved on. Overcoming. They've been stopped. They can't come near you. God hidden in darkness. Atonement of errors destroys the power of enemies and humiliates them. They're feeling... Somebody's in jail based off of the first read. For M, trying to unalive you or someone else. They're being humiliated. 9 of Swords. They can't eat or sleep. They're very burdened and anxious. Maybe having nightmares. 15 in devil energy. Maybe they're drying up in a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? Hariel, the comforting God. Purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments. So maybe you're spiritual or religious and they just don't like that because they live the fast life. Well, that's just too bad. Doesn't give you a right or a reason to hurt people. That's called a hate crime. Ace of Wands. You have a new passion, opportunities, new beginnings, growth and expansion. You have authority here. You're very creative. You're being crowned. All aces in the upright are blessings from the divine. They wanted to have sexual relations with you, or claim they did. Omael, 30. You're divine feminine energy. That's why they want to come back in. Male or female? They want to come back in because of your protection, because of your healing. The patient God. Fertility and multiplicity protects against despair and helps one be patient. They wanted to grow or make money off of your fertility. 5 of Swords. Wow. Willing to do whatever it takes to win, but this is embarrassing and disgraceful. 62, 8. They wanted power and control in their ego, in their pride and lust. 62, right? Hell. So this is God, the highest being. Desire to know the acquisition of wisdom. How'd you know? How'd you know? How'd you know which way to go? How'd you know what to do or say? If you're a divine being, which you might be, if you're a divine feminine energy, male or female, yeah, you're being guided for sure and protected up the wazoo. Not a Pentacles. They have to take accountability. Okay, they were unfaithful. You don't trust them. 6, third-party situation. You ascended. You made the right choices. You used your higher wisdom. Something to do with a contract as well. The praiseworthy God, Lila Hell. Light of understanding acquires knowledge and cures illness. They want you to cure their illness. They're going to say that, oh, we're soulmates. Maybe one of them is. Maybe the other one's not. The other one's a karmic soul tie, or maybe they're both karmic soul ties. 19, they're being exposed. It's illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You're a healer. You are the truth, okay? It's a matter of trust here. You can't trust these people. They're being exposed. They're not happy doing stuff in the dark, right? The swiftly hearkening God, they're sick. Fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. They want your protection. They want whatever it is that keeps you from being harmed, keeps you protected, keeps you healing. Well, they can't have it. End of, right? If you don't deserve it, you can't have it. They blew it. They had their chance. Hate to say it, but you can't do all this fuck shit and expect to come in and just say, "Oh, it was just a mistake." Rochelle, you have a creative endeavor in the works. It's time to make it public. So maybe you're gonna go public with something. Congratulations. Oh, judgment. Imamia, get up and get going. Put some vigor in your actions and get things done. So if you've been procrastinating, and I've been there, it's time to do it now, right? Leela Hell. Wow, we're hitting 1,000 here. So batting 1,000. Someone who longs for you will be in your thoughts. You will also be in theirs. They could be sending you lust and love spells. I don't think I have to tell you. It's preaching to the choir. I think you already know. These people are not for you. So Hakamiya. Bring your courage to the forefront. You've got it under control, even if you don't think so. And Damabia, world card. Ending a cycle to begin anew and learning lessons. Okay? Because that's why we're here. It's all, at the end of the day, it's to learn lessons. You can be online, be traveling and or moving. This is protection as well as victory. So flowing movement may pour out blessings. So you're getting ready for your blessings. Connect with the ocean, a river, or even a fountain. Unlike a bell. Could you make a shift? Do some soul searching to see if you're on the right path. I think you are. Very happy for you. Congratulations, okay? I hope you liked the reading. Until next time, take care.